Hi, everyone. I'm Daniel Pierce. I'm a developer at Indiana University Libraries. Jim Halliday, I don't think he'll be uh, talking today. He'll just be in chat to answer any questions. So as I assume most of you know, I've been serving as the Hyrax technical lead for going on a year now, close to. And as part of that, I was asked to talk about how I manage my time between doing IU projects and Samvera projects. Um, So that's easy because I have a time machine. I keep it right next to my desk whenever I need to manage my time better. But just in case not everyone has a time machine like that, then I can talk a little bit more about what I do when it's on the fritz. So the goal that I was given is to spend about half my time on IU projects and half my time on Samvera projects, whether that's specifically like being Hyrax tech lead. I mean, that's the majority of the time. But it's not a precise target. It's just kind of a ballpark. So that's what I've been aiming for. Uh, it's a little tricky sometimes because the projects I do at IU are also Samvera project, or well, it's Hyrax, right? We have a site called Digital Collections, one of many sites called Digital Collections in the community, as I've learned. Um, So work on that is also kind of implicitly Hyrax. But if there's a question about how do I categorize a specific period of time as being Hyrax or I should say Samvera or IU, then I ask myself, would I be doing this if I were not tech lead? And if the answer is yes, then I consider it IU time. Uh, so how to track that amount of time? I mean, I could do just a educated guesstimation. But I came up with finding a program. Let me share my screen here real quick. All right, you should see web browser. It says welcome to Time Warrior. Yeah, so I decided that I needed to be a time warrior if I was going to have a time machine. No, not really. This is well, as it says, Time Warrior is a free and open source software that tracks time from the command line. This is what I found to work well for myself. The command line bit in particular, I realize that that's maybe not what everyone would prefer to do to track their time. There's many programs like this out here, but this one comes packaged with Fedora Linux, so it's easy to install. I thought I'd give just a quick demo of what it can do or how I use it. So let's see here. Let's bring up this. So it's just a command line utility. Currently, if you just type it in, it says what you're tracking. Currently tracking IU time. If I start working on something that's Hyrax time, you do time W start Hyrax, and then it switches over. And then if I'm done working, then time W stop and stops. End of the day. Now maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I didn't mean to stop. Maybe I started tracking the wrong thing. That's when I have to get my time machine out and use the undo command. And then we can see if we just type in time W again, we're back to tracking Hyrax. You can also do things like start IU 1 minute ago. No, well, I haven't waited long enough. But you can go backwards in time a little bit. So it is kind of like a time machine. So after you've done all that, You can get some reports, time W week. We'll show you how your time's been going this week. I was up a little late last night working on that Hyrax 4.0 RC2 release, so that day was a bit long, I admit. We can also get a month look, which isn't going to show much because this is the beginning of the month. So maybe we can take a look at the fortnight, which would be this week and the prior week. And you can see that, yeah, a lot of Hyrax time happened last week. Looks great. But the goal of keeping track of all this time is how close am I to 50/50 time? And for that, I had to go look at some extensions for Time Warrior. And funny enough, there's one called Cat Report. And it actually totals up all the different time you've tracked by the tag. Either in my case, I've been using Hyrax or IU, and shows you what the percentage share is over that amount of time. In this case, since I started tracking towards the beginning of my stint as tech lead. And this also can do the time period. So get a cat report for just the past fortnight. And you can see that it's 90% Hyrax, but I'll make it up. So that's what I'm doing. Hopefully Jim is happy with all this. I'd like to encourage everyone to share what they do to track their time in chat, because I'm curious what methods they use. And I'll take a look if there's any questions.